Don't scroll. Stay right here. Something divine is reaching for you. It's not a coincidence that your eyes landed on these words at this exact moment. Heaven is opening a door that was hidden in plain sight. A holy stirring is moving through the air, and the light around you is beginning to shift. This is not a message of chance. This is a divine call directly to your soul. Archangel Michael says, "My child, listen carefully. The next hour carries a sacred movement. Something you thought was impossible is already on its way. You have cried in silence, haven't you? You have waited, hoping the pain would finally make sense. You've wondered why your prayers seem to echo in an empty room. But heaven heard every single word. You thought you were being ignored, but you were being prepared. Every delay was not punishment, it was alignment. Every rejection was not failure, it was divine protection." Archangel Michael says, "You are about to see what I've been protecting you for. There is a surprise already forming, wrapped in timing only heaven understands." Don't take this message lightly. This is not a coincidence. This is a divine intervention disguised as a moment online. You are standing at the edge of something new, and your soul can already feel the shift. For too long, you've been carrying the weight of uncertainty. You smiled when you wanted to break. You've pretended to be strong when your spirit was trembling. But now, heaven steps in. There is a reason your heart feels heavy right now, because what's been holding you down is about to lift. The spiritual chains that wrapped around your peace are breaking one by one, silently, invisibly. In 1 hour, the atmosphere around you will not feel the same. You'll notice the air shift. You'll sense calm where there used to be chaos. That's not your imagination, that's divine movement. Someone is being divinely guided toward you. They are carrying a message, a gift, a gesture that will remind you you are seen, you are loved, you are remembered by heaven, you are not forgotten. The silence was not absence, it was construction. Heaven was building something for you in secret. Every tear watered the soil of your next miracle. Archangel Michael says, you asked for a sign that something good is coming. This message is that sign. Don't rush past this moment. Don't doubt it because it feels too sudden. When heaven moves, it does not always make sense, but it always arrives right on time. You've been through seasons where people left you mid-journey. They didn't see your worth. They used your kindness. They broke your trust. But the pain they caused is not the end of your story. It was the turning of a chapter. Now something unexpected will replace that pain. A surprise divinely timed is being sent to restore what you lost. It may come through a message, a call, a gesture, or even a simple moment that feels like warmth returning to your soul. This will not be small. It will not be coincidence. You will know it's from heaven because your heart will feel peace again. Archangel Michael says the next hour carries evidence of heaven's promise. You may not see it yet, but the alignment has already begun. The angels have gone ahead of you, clearing paths, softening hearts, preparing the way. You are not waiting for your blessing. Your blessing is waiting for you to believe. Close your eyes for a moment. Take a deep breath. Can you feel that? That warmth, that calm, that slight electricity in the air? That is the presence of divine movement. Heaven is whispering your name right now. It's calling you out of anxiety, out of doubt, out of fear that nothing will change. Something is changing right now. The energy around your life is shifting from delay to release, from confusion to clarity, from sorrow to sudden joy. You are stepping into a moment of divine reversal. Where you were once overlooked, you will now be seen. Where you were once empty, you will now overflow. Where you were once waiting, you will now receive. Don't take this as a joke. This is the message you prayed for, but didn't expect to arrive this way. Heaven often speaks in whispers that look ordinary, but this is extraordinary. Archangel Michael says there is a door opening that no one can close. You've stood before closed doors for too long, wondering what you did wrong, thinking you were unworthy of access. But heaven says the waiting season ends here. The angels have written your name on a new opportunity. Something that once slipped through your hands will return in a more divine form. What was meant to harm you will turn into healing. Do not fear the unfamiliar. Do not question the timing. When heaven releases a gift, It may not come wrapped the way you imagined, but it always carries the peace you've been praying for. The next hour will be a divine hour, a sacred hour, heaven's hour of manifestation in your life. You'll notice signs, a sudden calm, a message that brings warmth, a random thought that feels like hope returning. That's not chance, that's confirmation. The spirit world is aligning on your behalf. The unseen realm is already celebrating your breakthrough. Something that once resisted you has finally surrendered to divine authority. Archangel Michael says the delay that tested your faith was the bridge that carried you to this miracle. Every time you felt forgotten, heaven was keeping record. Every moment you stayed kind despite pain, you were planting seeds of restoration. Now those seeds are ready to bloom, and when they do, it will happen suddenly. Like morning light bursting through darkness, like peace falling softly where there was once storm. This surprise, this divine moment, will remind you that God never left your side. Even when you were breaking, He was building. You are entering a time where divine surprises will multiply. One blessing will open the door for another. One act of kindness will return in abundance. One moment of faith will release a wave of favor. Stay open, stay expectant, stay believing. Because before you realize it, the very thing you thought was lost will find its way back to you, renewed, restored, redeemed. Don't let fear talk you out of this. Don't let doubt convince you to scroll past this message. This is divine timing. This is your moment of awakening. Archangel Michael says, when heaven speaks, the wise listen. You have been chosen to receive this message for a reason. You have been guided here because heaven is preparing your heart for what's next. The next hour is not ordinary. It carries the vibration of answered prayer. It carries the sound of chains breaking, doors opening, and divine favor rushing in. Be still. Breathe deeply. Let your soul know that it's safe to hope again. Because in the unseen realm, your name has been spoken, and heaven is moving. My child, stay here. Don't let your mind wander back to fear. You have been walking through storms that tried to convince you the sun forgot your name. But heaven is speaking again, louder, clearer, closer. Archangel Michael says the atmosphere around you is not random. The stillness you feel right now is the silence before breakthrough. You have been sensing something you couldn't explain. Moments where your heart beats faster without reason, where the air feels charged, where you feel like something unseen is trying to reach you. That's not imagination. That's divine presence drawing near. Heaven has watched your quiet battles, the nights when you couldn't tell anyone what was breaking inside you, the moments when you smiled in public and cried in private. You thought no one noticed, but heaven did. Every tear that fell in silence was collected. Every breath of exhaustion was heard. Every "I can't do this anymore" became an invitation for divine strength to enter. You see, the enemy tried to make you numb, to make you forget that light still lives inside you. But that plan is collapsing now because heaven has decided it's time for restoration. You are not where you were. Even if it feels like nothing changed, spiritually, everything has shifted. There is a divine countdown already in motion. And when it reaches the appointed moment, a door you thought was sealed shut will swing open with ease. Archangel Michael says, the surprise coming to you is not just about blessing, it's about timing. It's about proof that faith still works. There is someone heaven has chosen to become the vessel of this surprise. They don't even realize yet that their next move will unlock your next miracle. A conversation, a gesture, a message, something small will carry something eternal. Don't take this lightly. Your faith is the magnet pulling it closer. Your belief is what activates what heaven has already prepared. You have been asking for change, but heaven is sending transformation. You have been asking for an answer, but heaven is giving you a revelation. You wanted the door to open, but heaven is rebuilding the entire hallway. This is the season where you no longer chase, you attract. No longer beg, you receive. No longer question, you know. The energy that once resisted you is now turning in your favor. The same wind that blew things away from you is now blowing blessings toward you. My child, you must understand your pain had a purpose. It trained your heart for discernment. It taught you what peace feels like by showing you what it's not. It showed you that what breaks you can also build you. Now heaven says enough suffering, enough waiting, enough questioning your worth. This is the hour of divine reversal. Archangel Michael says, watch carefully. You will recognize your miracle not by what it looks like, but by what it makes you feel. Peace, calm, and undeniable grace. There's a reason your spirit feels restless lately. You've outgrown your old surroundings. You've outgrown old fears. You've outgrown every version of yourself that accepted less than divine love. You are not who you were last year, last month, or even last night. Something inside you has evolved quietly, sacredly. That evolution is the reason heaven can now release what's been held back. A shift in your energy unlocked a shift in your destiny. And what was waiting in the heavens is now being released to the earth, straight into your path, straight into your hands, straight into your heart. You will soon receive a sign that leaves you still in awe, a message that feels too perfect to be coincidence. It will arrive softly but strike your soul like lightning. You will know it's divine, and when that happens, don't question it. Don't rationalize it away. Receive it as confirmation that heaven has always been orchestrating your journey. This surprise, this moment, will not just bring happiness, it will restore your faith in timing. Archangel Michael says, "There is someone who has been stirred in their spirit to bless you. They don't know why they feel drawn toward you, but I do, because heaven placed your name in their heart. A door is opening through another human soul. You won't have to force it. You won't have to prove yourself. It will happen naturally, like destiny remembering its cue. This will not be random. It will feel divinely written, and you'll realize that what felt delayed was actually divinely sequenced. Your season of wondering when is turning into your season of now. Not next year, not someday, now. Because heaven says you're ready. The tests that almost broke you were the very proof that you were strong enough to hold the blessing. You passed what others couldn't. You kept faith when others lost it. You stayed soft when the world tried to harden you. And heaven rewards hearts like yours. So don't let fear whisper lies in your ear. Don't let the voice of doubt question what God has already confirmed. When this surprise arrives, embrace it with gratitude, not suspicion. It's safe, it's divine, it's yours. Archangel Michael says, "The divine clock has struck alignment. Nothing can delay what's already been released in heaven. Your job now is not to worry. It's to expect. Expect the message, expect the breakthrough, expect the unexpected. Because what's coming is so much greater than what you lost. Your heart will soon feel a familiar warmth. The warmth of being seen. The warmth of being remembered. The warmth of divine love wrapping around your tired soul. In the quiet moments ahead, you will hear a soft whisper deep in your spirit. It's happening. You won't be able to explain how you know. You'll just know. And that's how divine things always feel. Unexplainable, yet undeniable. You are entering the realm of sudden miracles, where what you thought was over becomes new again, where what you thought was lost finds its way home. The pain that once felt like punishment will soon look like preparation. And when the surprise comes, you will see that heaven never forgot your name. Stay in alignment, stay open, stay believing, because in the next stretch of time, everything begins to unfold. My child, breathe. Something sacred is moving closer. The unseen hand of heaven is rearranging things you thought were settled. The waiting has not been wasted. It was the foundation for what's coming next. You have walked through valleys where your hope dimmed, where your strength trembled beneath the weight of disappointment. You have whispered prayers that felt unanswered, but heaven never ignored you. Heaven was preparing you. Archangel Michael says, the divine ledger is being balanced. Everything that felt unfair is being rewritten in your favor. You may feel tired. That's because the weight is lifting. You may feel emotional. That's because your spirit senses the shift. Don't resist it. Let the old energy fall away. Let what no longer belong dissolve. You are being made new. There is something about to arrive that will break the pattern of disappointment. This will not end in loss. This will not repeat old cycles. This will not fade like false hope. This will remain steady, peaceful, divine.